You're listening to Popular Science Radio with Alan Taylor. This segment is powered by Stitcher, smart radio on demand. Download the app today. Visit Stitcher.com.
You're listening to Popular Science Radio from our studios at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Hollywood, California. Here's Alan Taylor.
And our show is brought to you in part by Craftsman, America's most trusted tool brand. Trust in your hands. And if you're a DIYer, you may be able to do this window film yourself. I've actually done window tinting before and enjoyed it quite a lot on cars, but that goes back 20 years ago. Our guest today is Senior Tech Service Engineer at 3M, Bill Pettit. Carl Champley's here. I'm Alan Taylor. This is Popular Science Radio. So what I understand, Bill, is it is hot outside. My home and also my office are being baked to death through the windows, and it is making it harder on my air conditioning. I've already had the air conditioning system on both my home and my small, relatively small office had to be repaired because they're working overtime, and I think that's going on all across America right now. There is a crazy heat wave, and but this 3M window film doesn't have to be tinted to where you can't see. You know, you see that grayish tint or whatever, bronzy tint or whatever it is. It can actually be mostly clear, but still keep out the UV rays and 70% of the sun's heat. Am I saying all this right?
You are right on.
Wow. So is it a DIY? I mean, if I'm a real handy guy, could I do this? Of course, now remember, my windows on my home are not big, giant windows that are just all glass. They have all those, what do they call that, with the squares?
The smaller windows that you have.
No, the little squares, a whole bunch of little squares that make
French
one big.
panes.
Say it again?
The French panes?
Yeah, like French-style windows. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, they're like, 10-inch squares. I could probably put those. But then you get the bubbles, so it really is probably something for a professional, would you say?
It is. So, 3M, we have a very specific network that we, install through. So we go out and we train these individuals. We won't just sell our films to anyone. And the reason is you're paying a lot for your views, right? You paid a lot for your windows. If you look around at, graphics that you see up on different buildings and different, storefronts, you're always going to see bubbles. You're always going to see dirt. You always see, particles trapped behind those graphics. And that's not the look that you want on your home.
Right.
If you have a professional come out and install that product, which is what we recommend, that's the way that we sell. That's going to be your best bet because you're not going to see those defects and that poor installation that you're going to get. If you're not a professional doing this.
Well, and that's probably smart on you too, because who was it now? Let's see, my nephew come over to my house the other day with his car, and he goes, I tinted my windows because he didn't have air conditioning. So he was already thinking ahead, only 19-year-old kid. And I went out there, and I'm telling you, it looked like his car was full of water. It was all full of bubbles and everything, And I go, that looks horrible. And then I went to the back window, and it was like 9 pieces all stitched together. Oh, and I go, what have you done to your car? And his funniest thing was he was so embarrassed. He looked like he wanted to cry. He goes, I don't care. My car's so hot inside when I'm having that same problem in my house. By the way, my wife came to me the other day. This is a true story. She says, do you know how much our power bill is for our office? And it's like, 6,500 square feet, right? $700 a month during these hot months. And I'm wondering, this stuff would pay for itself, wouldn't it? Over a period of time? Yeah.
It does. We've done 2 recent studies, one with the state of California and one with the U.S. Department of Energy. And both of these studies came back with the same results. Both of them says that 3M window films will pay back in less than 3 years.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty amazing.
That is.
Because the air condenser, that has a huge breaker on the house, and that is sucking more energy out of your home than anything else. And in fact, I'm looking at some interesting stats here as well. 3M, for the record-setting 9 years in a row, 3M been named the winner of the Energy Star Sustained Excellence Awards. 9 years in a row, Bill. That's pretty impressive.
Well, how long does the window tinting last? It'll pay for itself in 3 years. What's the life expectancy of this stuff?
So on your home, we will warrant the window film, both material and labor, to have it come back and reinstalled in the event that anything were to happen for the life of your home. So as long as you own your home, it will be warranted.
Oh,
On a commercial application, we'll go as long as 15 years. We'll warrant material and labor to have it reinstalled for 15 years.
That is awesome. Now,
That's cool.
one last question for you, Bill. If you can answer this one, we're gonna give you another segment. Bill Pettit, 3M Senior Tech Service Engineer, on the cover of Popular Science, How to Live Without Food. It says that. Are you going to answer that question?
Am I going to answer how to live without food? That might be a challenge.
All right, never mind. We'll get somebody from the magazine. Bill, thank you. This is Popular Science Radio.
Thanks, buddy.
Popular Science Radio with Alan Taylor is presented by Craftsman, America's most trusted tool brand. Trust in your hands.